Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool pinball repair video for you this evening. We have been working on this Gottlieb Close Encounters of the Third Kind pinball machine, and we went all through it. We've done so much stuff to it. It's almost finished, almost ready to play, but it still has a few issues we need to mess with to get it where it's reliable and ready for someone's game room. So there's a few light bulb issues we have to mess with. The Roto Target does not roto, and the MPU, we need to install a remote battery holder on it. We already serviced the MPU, the driver board, and the power supply, but we haven't got a battery solution for that yet. And then we need to work on the soundboard. Gottlieb had a very interesting soundboard. So we did a video where we rebuilt the power supply. We did a video where we rebuilt the MPU where it had some alkaline damage on it. We did a video where we, I guess in that same video, we messed with the driver board and repinned some connectors. We did a video where we redid the playfield, cleaned it up. It cleaned up great. It's in fantastic shape. And we also messed around with the displays a little bit on that video and showed you how to zap them if you need to get them brighter. And the thing is up, and we fixed a little switch issue where we tested on the MPU where there was one of the switch strobes was missing, so a bunch of the switches weren't working. And we're to the point now where we need to finish it up and test play it a little bit. So I think the first thing that we'll do is take a look at this Roto Target. I've been wanting to mess with this for quite a while. Now when you play the game, that thing is supposed to spin. It does not spin. It doesn't roto. Gottlieb used these in their EM pinball machines and then also in these solid states. So let me add some credits. Now when I start, it just tried to roto, but it did not roto. Okay? So when the ball goes through up here, it says add bonus and spin roto. So it should be spinning this thing. See, it tries, but it just ain't doing what it's supposed to do, okay? So let's look at that first and get that playing, because that's such a cool feature. Gottlieb also had another one that they usually put in the center of games that was flat, where you hit the sides of it and it spun around as a Roto Target. It's just a cool little thing they thought of. So I'm going to turn it off. We'll tip the playfield up and take a look at this sucker. So here is the Roto Target. Boy, it's cool. And here is the back of it. So basically the way it's supposed to work, there's a huge plunger over here that pulls in and then comes back and catches it. Right? Well, it ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing. All this is gummed up. And then to make it even worse, it's just freewheeling. And the reason it's doing that is because it's not attached right to the center shaft there. So somebody's been messing with it. What are they doing? Okay, so we're going to take that all apart. We're just going to take it all apart. So I'm going to take these 3 screws off so I can take that whole plate off, and we'll go from there. It doesn't really matter how I put it back on because it's been spinning around the whole time anyway, so we just got to get it where it'll line up at a particular place. But since it spins around and it only goes in one direction, you can't really put it on in the wrong spot. So let me take those screws off. Look at this beautiful hunk of American-made coin-opery. Look at that. So when it spins around, 3 of these are visible to the player, right? And then you hit it, and there's this little blade on the back that hits 3 switches that are on the back, 1, 2, or 3. Okay? And then, depending on where these little fingers are, it kind of does the math where it figures out. Okay, so like if this is like 300 points, then whenever this is up, that's touching a certain rivet on the board behind it, which connects the switch that's 300 points or whatever. Right? So look how That's nice. Very cool. I had one of these one time where one of them was broke. Ugh, that was a pain. Okay, so here's the big board that it fits on. It's a big Bakelite board like they used in their EM machines, except this one's a little bigger. This is about the biggest one I've ever seen on one. So instead of abandoning the concept of EM pinball machines, they went bigger. They said go big. Okay, so you can see this set screw has slipped. And so this thing will probably come all the way off if I get it in the right spot. There's 2 set screws. So I'm going to take that off so that we can take the gear off the other side and clean everything up really well. So you can see the problem. Someone has greased it. And it's turned into like glue. I mean, it's really sticky. And there's where the set screw was spinning for so long. And then the actual bearing, very greasy too. So we're going to clean that out, and I always just use light oil on this. Whenever it's metal, which it is metal on metal, I just use like 3-in-1 oil, which is pretty light. It's almost like sewing machine oil, but it's like 10-weight oil. I just use light oil. This is not like a heavy wear part where it's, you know, you've got industrial machinery or anything. It's just a little shaft that spins inside of a bearing with no weight on it. So I'm going to clean it all up and oil the heck out of it and put it back together. Okay, so there are three parts of this. When the plunger goes in, there are 2 little levers here, and they're both held in place by a spring. They can both move. There's one here and one on the other end. The one goes on the top cog, whatever, and this one goes on this one. So what happens is, when this pulls down, this little bar here, which you can adjust, has an angle on it. It will push this away from the cog, right? The gear, right? So the top one was able to push on its gear, but this bottom one was not able to push on its gear. And then when it comes back out, that catches one of the teeth. Now the reason it does that is so that the thing can only spin one way, right? And when you get it properly adjusted and properly oiled, when the thing pulls in, just the weight of the actual wheel that we're going to put on it here in a minute spins it and gives it like an inertia. And then whenever the coil lets go, it grabs that gear and locks it back in place. So we got it, I think. If my camera will cooperate. Okay, so the next thing, this little board here, I've cleaned these rivets. You can clean them with sandpaper, whatever you want. And then I put synthetic grease on it. So I'm going to put a little bit of grease on it and then put the wheel back on it. Okay, folks, so I've unplugged the speaker because we haven't messed with the audio board yet. It's not working quite right. But let's test this Roto Target. I believe I've got all the switches working, all of the lights working, all of the coils working, and the Roto Target working. Let's see. Well, we got to work on it kicking the ball out, apparently. All right. Somebody write that down. We got to work on the ball kicking out. Big problem there. Okay, so our bonus is at 1,000. Now, when we roll through these A, B, or C's, it should spin our Roto Target. It should roto finally. After all these years. It didn't hit the switch, I don't think. The light's still on. All right, so the B switch we got to mess with. There we go. Hey, it rotoed. I think we need to be a little more steep, too. They're not as fun without the soundboard, people. I hit one. Did you see the green light come on? Also, that kicker didn't kick, I don't think. The trough, it's a little too steep to kick the ball out, I guess. Or oh yeah, we've got it sitting flat. That's the problem. Yeah, we need to paint the legs and we need to jack the back of it out. So basically the leg leveler's all the way up on it, so it's not going to play right at the moment. Way too flat. There we go. Kicker is working, just not that great. We got to adjust the rubber. So when the ball went out there, it says right roto target value, and it did that. The light came on up there. Interesting. Yeah, we need to get it more steep. We need to paint the legs. And then play it a little more. I think this will be better with it more steep too. Unless there's something in there that's hitting. Doesn't seem like it. I don't know. We'll keep working it, but we got to get the slope of it right first. But we're basically playing. So I think next up for us is adding is looking at the soundboard. Let's check it out. So this is Gottlieb's first solid-state soundboard, affectionately known as the beep boop board, because all it does is go beep boop boop. It's got 3 little sounds, I think. So the way they made it run was they just wired it into the solenoid voltage. Well, I don't know about the solenoid voltage, but the solenoid transistors on the driver board. So I suppose it wouldn't have to run off 24 volts because all the transistor on the driver board is doing is providing the ground. So the chips are, man, if I can read them, I can't really see them through the camera lens. It is they're just little timers. They're 555s. 3 little 555s and an LM380 preamp. Or I guess that's a complete amp. And then there's a tip 31B on there. Tip 31B, LM380, 3 555 timers. Easy peasy. A little volume knob. Okay, so all I can really do to this, let's see, we've got 1 pin coming in, going through a diode, and into a cap. We've got another 2 pins coming in, connecting together, and they're probably the ground. Yeah. Okay. And then we've got 3 pins coming in, 1 running to each of the timers. That's going to be your signals. And then there's 1 right here that snakes around, comes down to here. Which is that other capacitor, and it comes off of the LM380, so that's going to be your audio out. Okay, so this is power, ground, audio out, and then 3 signals, 1 for each of the timers. Okay, so there's not much I can do. Whenever you start the game, it makes the 3 little noises, or I believe it does. But then when you play the game, it doesn't. I never heard it do it when we were playing the game. But I'm thinking maybe we're having problems with the capacitors. So I'm going to swap them first. And then we'll put it back in and see if that gets us going. Got a little volume knob here. That's actually a pretty decent style. Sometimes they're real crappy ones, but this one doesn't. This one is a pretty decent design. Okay, so we'll recap it and see what it sounds like. Okay, so I put the board back in and still no sounds whenever you play. But then I thought, that kind of sounds like a setting. So I looked in the manual, and sure enough, there is a setting to turn off the sounds while you play. Now, I don't know why they would do that on a board that sounds so cool. But again, we're way too flat. Beep boop, people. I love it. Boy, look at that Roto Target Roto. All right, so it's getting there. So next up, I'm going to do some cosmetic stuff, and we're going to work on the legs. We'll get it with a little angle on it where it'll play better. And then we have to do a little bit more to the game boards in the back. All right, folks, so I've taken the board back out so I can put a remote battery holder on it. That's how we do it. Put cheapo batteries in it. You know, the cheaper the batteries are, the less alkaline they have to leak out. I think you can use lithium batteries, too, would be better. And then we put a little blocking diode in there. And this comes to 4.5 volts or a little more, which is plenty to hold it. Now, what it's doing is it's providing power to this 5101 up here. So they make an NV RAM that you can replace this with, but the guy we get them from doesn't have any in right now. I'm not sure you can do it on System 1, but I imagine you can. And then also I'm adding the ground mod. You just solder it to the bottom of this cap, which does the 5 volts, filters the 5 volts. So we're just soldering to the ground right here because it's easy to get to. And we're going to attach this to a ground strap in the back box to help tie the ground from this board, the driver board, and the power supply all together. But we've got the board completely working. It just needed this remote battery holder so it can save its settings, and we're ready to pop it back in. So when we first started working on it, we found a switchblade that was broke. So I found where it goes. It was part of this top pop bumper. It hasn't been scoring because that blade had snapped off. So I got to put a new blade on and solder it in. That should get that scoring again. Reunited, and it feels so good. There it is, Joey. I found it. One switch was broke. I found it. Look, we joined it back together. Boy, that's wonderful. All right, so we put the replaced the point switch on the top pop bumper. All of the light bulbs are doing their thing. The out hole eject, the little bar that the ball rolls up was bent. So I bent it back straight, and I think that's going to help that a lot. I think we're about done under the playfield. I think we're about done, period. All right, so there's our battery holder mounted so it doesn't wobble all over the place. We've got a ground wire coming from the MPU to a screw on the back box that goes to the bottom. It's a green wire going to the bottom. We've got a ground wire on the driver board coming over to the same spot. We've got a ground wire on our power supply coming over to the same spot. Joey, all the ground mods are done.
That's good.
We've modded the grounds and joined them all together. So I think all we got to do now is play it. So we'll test it out. Okay, folks, so this is what she ended up looking like. Cleaned up the coin door. Looks pretty nice. Cleaned all of the dirt off the sides. Got it all looking pretty good. That black stuff is actually splatter paint. They do that at the factory. It's supposed to be like that. We kind of showed it a little bit in the first video. Got the playfield. Of course, you've already seen that. And we painted the legs. Put new leg levelers on them. And then we lifted the back ones up a little bit so it has a nice little slant to it. The flippers are plenty strong. So you can give it a little slope. People ask us a lot of times, how much slope do you put on? We don't measure it, people. We just jack them up a little bit in the back. Maybe 2 inches off the floor in the back, something like that. And that seems to be about right to us. I think it's a personal preference thing. I know the designers had a certain angle in mind, but they're not here right now. The back glass cleaned up, but like we were showing earlier, it's basically in perfect shape. So there was no real wear or anything. I guess there's a little bit if you want to find a couple little minor spots where something has actually brazed it, but there's nothing falling off of it or chipping or anything like that. It's still in just really nice shape. So, all right, so let's set up the tripod and let's play it a little bit. Okay, folks, we're going to play it a little bit. What a cool game. I used to have one of these a long time ago. I turned the sound way up, okay? You're going to hear it in all of its beep boop glory. As you can hear, it is making all three sounds. I forgot to read the instructions again. We'll read them after this game. This is just our tune-up game anyway. Yeah! Yeah! That Roto Target is so cool. Whenever it's got the star like it does now, if you hit it, you get a free game or a free ball, however they've got it set up. But you don't want to. It spun it. Oh, it spun it right back to it. I missed it. So the right flipper, I think, can bounce off that pop. Oh man, it's playing with it. You just barely have to touch it too. Ah, I missed it. Come on. Sometimes too, you'll notice that you'll hit like the right side, but it'll give you the left side. It's like a physical thing. There's 3 switches standing up behind that wheel, and the wheel is almost touching all 3 switches. So sometimes if you hit one, it doesn't hit the switch dead on, but it moves the rest of it enough that one of the other 2, which if you saw that on that video, where did we fix it on this video or the previous one? If you saw whenever we messed with it, the thing is kind of flappy, right? So if you just give it a little bit of, if you hit it a little bit, one of the other ones, there's 3 fingers sticking up. One of the other ones may slap its switch. I've tested it and hit them. They all light up the way they're supposed to, but sometimes you'll see it. It seems like it especially does it on the right one. You'll hit the right one, and then it'll give you the left target instead. I missed it. And look, it's saying 10x. What's on the target? Ooh. Oh. And so, there's our knocker. If you go out the left out lane, it gives you the left target value on the Roto Target. If you go out the right lane, it gives you the right target value on the Roto Target. Pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to read you the instructions, though. Close encounters of the third kind, 3 balls per player. You can set it for 5 if you'd like. Instructions: hitting A, B, and C rollovers, with the 3 at the top, increases the indicated Roto Target value. So you, we'll have to watch. I think it does it. I don't know if you have to complete all 3 of them. Oh, yeah, you don't have to. If you just hit 1, 2, or 3, okay? Completing the ABC rollovers lights extra ball and special features, okay, which is right there in front of the Roto Target as well. So the little green light will light up and say hit if you hit it. The 10X is what happens when you roll through the top rollovers. If you roll through all 3 of them, it lights up extra ball and special. I think you can change that in the dip switches too. Star Roto Target value is 500 points. Hitting Star Roto Target scores indicated value and increases the bonus multiplier. Okay, so that's how you do the 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x is by hitting the star on the Roto Target. So I guess, yeah, so the extra ball, it says star scores extra ball when lit, so when that one's lit. But I think you may have to actually be on the left side. And this says star scores special when lit. So the star can't be in the middle. I guess that's because that's an easier shot. So if it's on the left, extra ball, if that's lit. If it's on the right, special, if that's lit. The special is changeable, so you can make it a free game or a free ball or whatever. Or 50,000 points, I think. Black drop targets, which are the two that are not, so they're the even numbered ones, 2 and 4. There's only 2 of them. Black drop targets score 500 points. Completing the drop targets increases the bonus multiplier, adds 5 bonuses, lights extra ball and special features, scores 5,000 points, and resets the targets. Okay, so if you complete all the drop targets, it increases the bonus multiplier of 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x. It adds 5 bonuses, so it steps it up 5 bonuses. It lights extra ball and the special lights. And it scores 5,000 points and then resets all 5 of the targets too. Bonus is scored and features reset after each ball. A tilt does not disqualify a player. Matching last 2 numbers in score to number that appears on back glass after the game is over scores 1 replay. So the tilt thing is interesting because some of the games back in the day, whenever you tilted, you were done. That was the end of the game. But on this one, you just lose the ball. Okay, so I got 197,000 points that time. That wasn't that great. Oh. I'm trying to figure out how I can backhand that Roto Target with the right flipper. I don't know. The trajectory ain't that great on that one. I don't know that you can do that. Maybe. Straight out the out lane. No, can't quite make it. Ooh. Oh, it jumped over the switch. Come on now. Come on now. I was robbed. All right, let's try it again. Oop. 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 Bounce over there and hit that Roto Target. Oh, come on. Come on now. There we go. Oh, see that? It was like a curveball. I think I might be able to, with the right flipper, hit the right side of this pop bumper and knock it into it. That's what we're going to go for. Ooh. Slid it right by it. It was a fastball. Well, I just backhanded the drop target from the right flipper, so I guess maybe you can do it. Oh, come on now. I can't tilt it, people. You're right here in my way. See, I can't tilt it. I'm not the type to do that anyway. That's vandalism. Tilting is vandalism, people. Don't do it. That's a smooth little shot, but then it can dump you right into the out hole. She plays pretty smooth. Ah, there we go. I was able to backhand it. Yeah, I backhanded the star, but I don't think you can do it from a captured ball. You have to get it from a ball that's in motion. Oh, come on. Boom! Hey, that was the star. So it gave me the special. That's why you heard the knocker. It's a free game. All right. They gave me 100 points. Why did it give me 100 points, people? Why would it do that? We need to keep our eye on that. Oh, it was the spinner. The spinner was upside down. That would do it. I need to get better with my shots. That was pretty good, but I was trying to hit the star. Oh, there's the star. Oh, ooh, maybe the shot's off of the bottom pop bumper. That got it. That was pretty good. Almost. Oh, man, that's a dangerous shot there. I have yet to top my 194,000. There we go. I keep hitting the one that's not multiplied yet. I'm just getting 300 points for it. There we go. Let's beat up that Roto Target. Come on now. Come on now. All right, we are at 122,000. If I can this is ball 3. If I can just get 72,000 points, I'll beat my high score. I think that's doable. We're going to have to really beat it up, though. I got to get all the drop targets, maybe. And I got to make the spinner shot. Oh, come on. They robbed me. I was robbed. All right. We'll try another one. 194,000. Here we come. In through the outdoor. Yeah! Oh, look. The spinner was upside down. Oh. Okay, I got 56,300 points. It's kind of not worth hitting the Roto Target until you get it multiplied. You literally get 10 times as many points if you just roll through one of the top rollovers. So now, if we hit it, we get 10 times as many points. Now we're getting some points. We got it all lit up now. It's like a Christmas tree. There we go. Perfect. Oh, okay. We're looking good, people. $178,000, and I got this ball left. So if I get 16,000 points, I ought to be able to pull that off. Surely, I can get 16,000 points, and you get 5,000 points just for rolling through the top ABC. Look, I can't not get it. Oh, they got me. Come on now. Look, I only got 188,000. I was completely robbed. I was counting on those points. I'm on my quarterback. Where's the guy that runs this place? Well, that's better. Kiss the glass. Boy, it's going to be a good game here. I need to hit the roto. All right, 67,000 on the first ball. Basically, this is doable. Ooh, almost lost it. Oh, I got the dead bounce. And I had a 3x. I had a 3x. Okay, I'm at 121,000. This is still very doable, people. We want to beat 194. Oop. Oh, come on now. Okay, we only got 140 that time. 140,000 that time. So we're going to try it one more time. But three times scoring on the bonus. Oh, come on. Okay, we're at 84,860. Something scored while it was resetting. I don't know what that was. Okay, 84,000 on ball one. That's pretty good. That's what we need more of, people. That's what we need more of. Oh, come on. It stuck me, and then it didn't even score. I think the thing's not centered. Yeah, it wasn't locked in place. There we go. Oh. What started out so promising ended so harshly. All right, one more game, and then we're done. We got to go home, people. We can't stay here playing pinball all night. I bricked it. Oh, come on. I did get the 500 points, but the 10x wasn't even on. Well, that one doesn't count because it went so quick, so I got to play one more game because that one doesn't count. I'm not going to tell you what I scored. I mean, I did pretty good, but, you know, I don't want to brag or anything. Trying to beat 194,000. That's a dangerous little bounce right there. I can hear the hate mail coming in already. Yeah, I don't like the right drain. I wouldn't put a quarter in this. Oh, come on now. Come on now. I got 49,000 on the first ball. That was the greatest save of all time, people. That was one for the history books. That switch, I don't know if it's not working or if the Roto Target just isn't landing in the right spot for that switch to work. We're going to keep watching it. Phone's ringing. It's one of those spammers. They've been spamming us a lot lately, people. I'm not answering the phone while I'm playing pinball. I mean, I got my priorities straight, okay? This could be the best game ever. All right, we got 39,000 on the first game, even with the phone interruption. And the left out lane worked that time. Not enough. I need to get it back to the top. so I can turn on more. Oh, that. So I can turn on more Roto Target bonuses. Oh, not a clean shot. Oh, another not a clean shot. Oh, I was playing with it too much. 4x bonus. All right, folks, I'm in an even better spot than I was earlier. My perseverance has paid off like it always does. Don't ever give up on a dream, folks. So I need 194,000. I am sitting here in the catbird seat, whatever that means, at 186,000. Now, when I roll through that top rollover, it's going to give me 5,000 points. Sure as you're born. That's going to put me at 191,000. I need 194, but it also adds bonus. So my bonus will move from 1 to 2. Right? So that's 186,000 plus 5. Right? It's 191. Plus I'm going to have at least 2. 193. So I need to make at least 1,000 more points and I'll beat my high score. Oh, look at it. Look at it. There it is. There it went, people. You know what that means? Means I'm the king of the castle. Now, look, I know I'm the one who replaced the batteries, so all of the high scores reset when I replace the batteries. I understand that. But you still can't take away from me that I've got the highest score that's ever been played on this game. 222,400 points. Nobody else has scored that on this. 222,400 points. And look, it's going to show you high score to date. Bam. High score to date is me. Me. That's right. I am. All right, I like it. What a fun game. Very cool. It's cool to get this one fixed. I love all the System 1s. We've had, now if you are into these System 1s, if you like them, check out our channel. We've done videos of Countdown, System 1 game. We've done videos of Sinbad, System 1 game. We've done videos of Cleopatra. That's a System 1 game. We did videos of, was it Spider-Man? Was it a System 1 or a System 80? I can't remember. Spider-Man. I actually have a Charlie's Angels, but I haven't brought it in yet. I've had Genie. That's a great game. Haven't brought it in yet. And there's another one that I'm forgetting that we had in. We've had a bunch of the System 1s. I really like them. They're cool. So there you go. Boy, it cleans up good, too. What a beautiful piece of machinery. So leave your comments below. Let us know what you think so far. I guess if you don't like it so far, you ain't never going to like it because we're done. Let us know about that light that keeps blinking. And give us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to film it for you. And don't forget, folks, to check out my brother Donnie. If you don't know about my brother Donnie, that's my brother's channel here on YouTube. We work on these pinball machines. Donnie works on old buildings, old vehicles, things like that, and he's crazier than we are. So if you like our channel, if you like our style, you'll love Donnie. Go check it out. I'm over there with him usually. Okay, so we'll see you on the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did.